Well, howdy everybody. We are going to be hitting Yosemite National Park, Sequoia and King Canyon National Park, and the Grand Canyon National Park, all within the next few days. You know, traveling during COVID has been frustrating, going to all these places where closures here and face masks required there. I don't even know if there's a visitor center open in Yosemite today. We'll find out. But one thing is for sure, you can't close down nature, and so we're going to go on some hikes. We're going to see sequoia trees, we're going to see Half Dome and El Capitan. So we're going to enjoy some of God's creation in the next few days and go see some national parks. Hi.
Hey.
We've been sitting in line to get into the park. These 3 fee stations, I had no idea we're actually waiting. Like, the line is huge. Anyways. We came in through the south entrance, so we're coming up through Oakenhurst. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Oakenhurst and Fish Camp. It's a really gorgeous drive coming up through the south entrance, so I would recommend that. But I read a bunch of reviews saying you got to get up here at like 5 a.m. and they're not kidding. We've been sitting here for quite a while. Anyways, we're going to try and get to Mariposa Grove next. Alyssa's standing here by this 800-year-old slab of giant sequoia. There's a scar here from a forest fire back in the actually the 1500s. Pretty cool. I'm doing a little bit of homeschool this morning. A little bit of road school in Yosemite Park. So the shuttle to Mariposa Grove is not operational this year. We could hike Washburn Trail for a 4-mile round trip, but our kids are not up for that. So we're not going to see Mariposa Grove. It's a disappointment, but let's head on to other parts of the park. Hey, we're pulled over on this side of the road here. I stopped because on the other side of this little rock barrier, you can see the other part of the Yosemite highway that cuts through the park that'll take us out of the park this evening. But I had no idea that Half Dome was there in the background. That's amazing. That's such a cool view when you're around the corner in the highway here.
We'll be able to go through another tunnel, Daddy.
Wow. And this is what's called tunnel view for a good reason.
Are you getting on your jacket?
It's chilly.
It is chilly. Do you know what this place is called?
Hi there, dudes!
This is called Tunnel View.
Oh.
Alright, so which mountain is on the left?
El Capitan?
Yeah, and what one's on the right?
Half Dome?
Great job. Alright, we're getting a lot closer to what they call Valley View. And you can see the view of El Capitan behind me is just gorgeous. I don't even know what else to call it. That's just an amazing hill right there. Right above the tree line over here, Alyssa noticed some climbers on the mountain. So I'm going to try and find them with the binoculars. I got them right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a waterfall up there, and we're gonna try and get close to it. That's Bridal Veil Falls. Let's go see what we can find. What do you think, kid?
Awesome. My walking stick will be easier.
Yeah?
It's a little chair.
Little chair tree.
That's a perfect little chair. Can I go like this?
Wow. Yikes, kid. Yeah, perfect. Totally perfect. I don't really think of being cold when I'm in California, but it is a chilly day when you're in the when you're in the shade and there's still frost on the grass. I can't even imagine coming here in the summer. Driving through here is ridiculous. They don't have the infrastructure to deal with 500,000 visitors in 1 month. There's just maybe 1,000 people here today and there are just cars everywhere. Wow. There's some tight parking around here too. Two of my favorite all-time historical figures, John Muir and Theodore Roosevelt, have their footprints and their fingerprints all over the Yosemite Valley and the Sierra Nevada mountains. And it's overwhelming to be able to be here and follow in their footsteps. The closest I'll get to where Theodore Roosevelt stood in that famous picture. Unfortunately, Glacier Point Road is closed in the winter, and right up there on Glacier Point was where Theodore Roosevelt took that iconic photo. Probably somewhere up there. The road goes in an amazing spot that's closed right now. And right here, try not to make you too dizzy, but the view of Half Dome there from Glacier Point there, it's just amazing. So I'm glad that John Muir talked Theodore Roosevelt into preserving this area, and I'm sure it didn't take him much persuading. I don't know how long we'll be here today. There's a lot of people, and I'm really not into a lot of people, but it's gorgeous. I am just kind of surprised that there are so many people, but I guess it's stupid of me to assume because they said that in the off season, which is like November through March, they can still see up to 200,000 visitors a month. So Eileen's gonna get a better view of these deer. All right, stay right there. They're blacktail deer.
One of them are pooping.
But they're a little too familiar with people, that's for darn sure. Is that pretty cool, kid? What do you think of blacktail deer? Love them.
Like I love you.
You love the deer the same way you love me?
Yeah.
Cool. What do you think of Yosemite Park? Thumbs up? Wow, wow. All right, so we were in Yosemite National Park yesterday, and there's a couple of roundabouts that were so congested that we spent over 2 hours in traffic yesterday in the national park. And that's just really weird, being in a national park, just being stuck in traffic for a lot of valuable daylight when you want to be hiking with the kids. So, flip side of that is Sequoia National Park. It's already a lot more chill. We were in line to get into the park for about 2 minutes instead of an hour. So there's just so few people here in comparison. It's gorgeous. So let's go see General Sherman, and hopefully we'll see the tunnel tree and all sorts of cool stuff today. That's a super cool outcropping. It is in fact called Hospital Rock, but it doesn't say anything about elevation. I wonder how high it is. We're pretty high in elevation. This crazy little road just keeps winding. I will say, for the record, I think the drive into Sequoia National Park is even more beautiful than the drive into Yosemite.
Yeah,
this
I agree.
This has been really cool so far.
I think you get to see more on this drive. It's more open because the trees aren't right up next to the road.
Yeah.
And there's like this creek bottom that you can see. It's got big boulders and there's lots of pretty colors down in it and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Lots to see, so let's go check more out. We're at a scenic turnout on the side of the road, and I had no idea that all the little switchbacking roads down in there were gonna bring us up this close to Hospital Rock. right, we are on the Moro Rock Trail. The view from here is awesome. We are just deep in the Sierra Nevada mountains. This is just a little offshoot in the giant forest. Looks like we're almost to the top. We'll see. There's a lot of stairs. The view behind Alyssa. Straight down.
Mom, that's when I look at the mountains, it scares me.
Eileen's legs are burning. And got cliff on that side, cliff on the other side. Okay, up at the top of Moro Rock. Gorgeous view. Careful. It's sheer cliffs for hundreds of feet. And the view there in the background. Alright, we're heading back down Moro Rock. That was a super cool detour. I just saw it on Google yesterday. Didn't know if we would actually find it or stumble upon it, but glad we did. In the background there, you might be able to see Moro Rock. But I saw a sign that piqued my curiosity. Check this out. We're gonna go see the Roosevelt tree. Just Chloe and I. So it's not on the maps. It wasn't on Google. I'm sure if you research enough, someone's gonna tell you about it. But I was not told about it. I didn't see it. But if you have such a respect for our 26th president, then I took special time out of our day to hike up here and see it. Chloe and I will get our picture next to the Roosevelt tree. Here we are in Parker Grove. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 10 trees in this grove. Check this out. Oh, I'm in this little cavity here. Super hidden. There.
Would you break this?
Point that way.
Right there.
Yeah.
There is the General Sherman tree. Let's go hike up to it. So the General Sherman tree was named after General William Tecumseh Sherman. He was a Union soldier in the Civil War. And then after Ulysses S. Grant became president, General Sherman became the commanding general of the U.S. Army. So an ode to him and a beautiful tree that marks his name. So that's pretty cool. Let's go check it out. There he is. Largest tree in the world by mass. He's huge. So are you impressed?
Not falling, but yes.
Yeah, it's not like jaw falling awesome. Had a lot of people waiting in line to get their picture taken with the general. So we're gonna head back to another tunnel tree. You guys want to check it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
That is cool, huh?
Hey, Chloe.
A tunnel log.
Chloe. So what do you think of this park versus the last park?
Way better. I think this is a lot better because the other one, it was just a lot of waiting in traffic.
Yeah.
We got to see a lot of waterfalls, and that was really cool, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of waiting in traffic.
What do you get to do here that you didn't get to do there?
Look at redwood trees.
Yeah, but what you specifically like to do something
Why are your pants so dirty?
Climbing on rocks.
and trees,
Yeah.
right?
Kind of like that.
This seems more like your kind of park, huh?
They've been climbing on everything.
But I
Eiley Bell,
should've done
are you enjoying your day? Like nature?
Yeah.
Hey, look at me. When you were tiny, you loved nature. Do you still love nature? Oh, good. I didn't realize we were over 7,000 feet. We're all sucking wind. So we just left General Sherman and the hiking loop. It's all paved like this. All right, so as we wrap up Yosemite National Park and Sequoia National Park. I just wanted to say that I think our expectations were a little high for Yosemite.
Yeah.
Nothing against what we saw there. El Capitan and Half Dome are some of the most amazing things that you'll ever see in your life. I know it's not right of me to feel this way, but I just feel like millions and millions of people have ruined it. And and it's not true, but that's just how I felt. As someone who just appreciates the history of it and what it meant to preserve those national parks is just amazing. But so what do you think of Sequoia?
It's my favorite that we've seen so far. I mean, Glacier is pretty, but we didn't get to go to see very much of it. So this has been definitely impressive. We got to drive up to, drive through the tunnel tree. We got to walk through another tunnel tree, see these giant, just absolutely massive sequoias. And I tell you what, you see a picture and you're like, oh, that's cool. But actually being here in person is totally a different matter. It's absolutely remarkable. Yeah. And then the Moro rock I was a little nervous about. If you're scared of heights, beware. It's a little sketchy for me, but I did it.
It was sketchy.
It was really cool. It was a great view, but overall, this is my favorite spot that we stopped on this whole road trip, I think. So
yeah, it's awesome. You don't really realize, I mean, you see how tall and how much girth these trees have. They're huge, but you don't really realize that there's over 3,000 growth rings in some of these things. It's just amazing. So a lot of history, a lot of just natural science for the kids. Yeah. I think they did really well today, hiking and climbing and enjoying all the nature, and but also listening to you when you had things to say about it.
I had a few.
Anyways, I think that's it. And we'll see you guys in the Grand Canyon National Park. Yay.
Bramante brothers.